This right here is the Townsend Y, and I reckon you can see why. To the right leads to Cades Cove, which is where I'm going. To the left, you'll end up eventually in Gatlinburg. I figure the road's still going to be kind of damp up here. Be a while before the sun gets up high enough in the sky to burn this off, so we're just going to take it easy, ease my way on up through here. This is the Tremont area back up in here with the Smoky Mountain Institute. They teach a lot of outdoor things and stuff about the park to school groups. On my right is Laurel Creek. It flows from up here near Cades Cove on into the Y there, where it empties into the little river. Very pretty. It's nice pull-offs where you can take a closer look. I think I'm going to pull over the next pull-off we've got in the right, let this silver car ahead of me get on down the road a little bit. It's always nice to just have the road to yourself here. Not that I want to go fast. I don't. The speed limit is rather low, 25 or 30. Winter months are about the only time you can come up here and not be in a bunch of traffic. Cades Cove is one of the most popular areas within the park. It's an 11-mile loop around a beautiful valley. Oh, well, thank you, silver car. But anyway, yeah, Cades Cove Loop Road's a one-way road around through the Cades Cove Valley. There's a lot of interesting places, old home sites, some churches, cabins, that sort of thing. It was once a very thriving community prior to the park being formed in the late 1930s. And in fact, this was I believe one of the roads the settlers up here used to get in and out of Cades Cove. There's a couple of others, Rich Mountain Road, Parsons Branch Road, and there's a couple of others that are long abandoned that led them over to Maryville, where they would take their livestock and other products to market over there to sell for cash money. other than that, they were pretty self-reliant, extremely self-reliant. All this area that we're riding through in this gorge, but all throughout the park, was very extensively logged. In fact, they outright just raped the land, took all the resources out of it, which was primarily logs, and left it in a hell of a ugly state. Changed the nature of all these little creeks and stuff. There's no vegetation to hold the rains back, and their streams got a lot of sediment in them, killed off a lot of the native fish and all that sort of thing. I'm sure a lot of the wildlife had to move on too. But since then, it's all grown back and looks very beautiful now. Quite a few trailheads along this section of road. In fact, my wife and her hiking group are up here today. I think they're back closer to Tremont is where they were going out of, although I didn't see any cars. At any rate, they may have actually gone into Tremont and parked at one of the trailheads there. I believe that's where the trails they were going on. Probably can't tell it from the video, but since we turned onto this road at the Y, slowly climbing in elevation, and then here in a few more miles we're going to start dropping back down into Cades Cove. Right now my GPS says we're at 1,495 feet, give or take a couple, and we'll get just a little bit higher before we start dropping back down. I think I'm going to pull over right here, and got a car behind me. We'll let them get on up ahead just a little ways. Maybe I can get the road to myself for a bit. It's pretty through here. The smaller, well, they're not really small, green vegetation that you're seeing is mountain laurel and some rhododendron. These are more of a rhododendron. They like to grow in shady, moist places. You'll see them a lot in little hollers like this, gorges, whichever you want to call them. Well, here comes the car, so let's get on up ahead of it. In the spring, the mountain laurel and rhododendron get some beautiful flowers on them, and they're quite spectacular. Folks getting ready to do some hiking, or maybe they're coming back from a hike. If they've watched the weather, they hope they don't get caught out after lunchtime and get into a bunch of rain. Yeah, again, we're still steadily climbing up almost to 1,800 feet. You can see off to my right, everything drops off down into the valley. As predicted, I feel the wind starting to pick up. You'll see some leaves blowing across the road now. As this storm front comes in, it's going to be getting windier as the day goes by. Local weatherman was saying, I guess we'll get some gusts 20, 30 mile an hour range as the front comes through, which is, you know, the way it is. Every storm's like that. Now we're dropping back down in elevation here, coming into the Cades Cove Valley. On my left here is the Cades Cove campground and picnic area. Pretty place to come and have yourself a picnic lunch, spend some hours, and just enjoy nature. In the summertime, it'll just be chock full of folks enjoying, well, our beautiful Great Smoky Mountains. I'm going to turn left here and go to the camp store and campground entrance. riding stables. We just passed the entrance to it on the right here. I'm sure closed for the season. And this little creek right here is the some of the upper end of Abrams Creek, which flows right on down through the Cades Cove and out the other side, eventually emptying into Chilhowie Lake. So about at the end of this video, gonna stop up here.